Well, basically, we were looking to best utilise this space at the back of the house. And when you don't have a good summer, it's a case of you want to make the best use of the space that you possibly can. So we thought it'd be really quite good to be able to turn our old patio into a usable space and a multifunctional space for us as well too. And we went online to have a look at what was available. We know we didn't want a conventional conservatory. We wanted something a bit modern, a bit different, that was still in the garden, and it was effectively a garden room. So, and we thought, you know, how could we do that, and what was available in the marketplace? And we went online and we came across Spacekube and EKCO. We went along to see them, and actually the designs that they come up with was exactly what we were looking for. Our favourite thing about this Spacekube, was that, and is that, we can use it for a multitude of different functions and reasons. So for instance, during spring and summer, our plan is to have the table and chairs here, so you can dine outside, but still have the protection of the cube at lunch times and later in the afternoon. And in autumn and winter, you can turn it into a seating area. So it's very much a multifunctional space and a place you can entertain, or just a cosy space where you can enjoy some sunshine and sunlight in the winter months and autumn months as well too. So it's really utilising a space that we weren't able to use before. The installation process was actually really easy. It was quite simple. The team were wonderful to work with. We were really concerned because when you're building any kind of extension to your home, you're always worried about coordinating all the tradespeople and making sure it all goes according to plan. And of course, seldom here in Scotland is the weather in your favour. So really, it was the beginning of the year when we were thinking about it and thought, you know, how's this going to work for us? And when we spoke with the team, although we had to bring in other tradespeople as well too, to work along with the team were great in coordinating with them. So we didn't have a problem with thinking, oh, how do we match this person in with their time scale, etc., etc. It worked really easily, and basically the installation team took over and they made the contact when the time was right with the other contractors, and it all went really smoothly. When we were deciding how to best use this space, we were really thinking about what kind of construction were we looking for and what would suit us. And in our last house we had a traditional conservatory, which was great and worked really well for that type of house, but this is more of a modern house, and we thought, is that the right thing for us? And again, we were thinking, you know, with conservatories, during the summer they're really hot and during the winter they're really cold. Could we have a better type of construction? And again, going online, looking at different constructions that are out there, we thought actually maybe Spacekube is the right one for us. So literally, we knew we wanted a structure that we could create a room within that structure, but could be completely opened up in the summer if we needed that. So we literally could feel we were sitting in the garden and still having the protection of a fixed roof as well too. So really the construction is metal and glass, and that's worked really well for us. And it's multifunctional, so literally it slides back so all the sides completely open. So it's a great way to be able to, if you need to cool the space down, you can do that very easily. And likewise during the summer, if it maybe gets a bit cooler in the evening, you can of course close all the sides and you've still got a good functioning space well into the evening in spring and autumn. the process of buying the cube was really quite simple, and again was really easy. When we went along to the showroom, we met Amy, and Amy's been fantastic all the way through. So she was the person who showed us the different options that were available to us, given what we were looking for and what they provided, and really held our hands from day one right the way through to the completion stage. So I found the team fantastic and really approachable, because often there's always changes with the schedule and even specification. You know, as you go along, they were very keen to just make sure that they could have input to best advise us on really what we thought we needed. And that's exactly how it works. So, you know, the whole team were great, and a big shout out for Amy, who was fantastic from day one. But yeah, we've had some neighbours and friends round, and they've been awestruck by it. So we're very fortunate to live in a lovely area, and we've got great views out towards the front of the building. This is of course situated at the back of the building, and really when you come through, there's very much a wow factor now. It's a different type of space. Nobody else has this kind of construction at the moment. But even I know very recently one of our neighbours was very keen. Once he saw it, he was keen on thinking, do you know what, I think I'll get one as well. The Spacekube has really transformed how we live in the house and the garden. So we've only been in this house for a couple of years now, but again, you're quite limited to how you can use your garden space given the weather during the summer. And we felt that this would allow us to be able to use the garden a little bit more. So it's nice to be able to, even in a cold autumn day as we've got now, to be able to sit out here at lunchtime, which you would never have been able to do in an open patio. So yeah, it's allowed the garden to become much more part of our home. Well, when we were thinking of the kind of construction that would suit us, of course, cost was a big factor. And we did think of different constructions, and they ranged very much dramatically in price. And although price wasn't the main factor, it was more about how best would this construction work for us in our house. But at the end of the day, actually, the value for money was very good. So it was actually not an expensive option for what the alternatives could have been for us, but actually it was something we thought, you know, that's worth investing in to be able to get that extra space that we wanted within our home. I most certainly would recommend EKCO and Spacekube. I have done already, as I've mentioned. I spoke to a neighbour about it, and other people, and everybody is just really inspired by it. I think it's a great construction. And the team were fantastic. So yes, I would say to anybody, you know what, go out there to their showroom, have a chat with their staff, see what kind of product suits you. It might not be exactly like this, but I'm sure they'll be able to come up with a construction that suits your needs. And importantly, tell them what you want to use the space for. And for us, it's a multifunctional space, so we can change it. It could be a party room, it could be a cozy family room, it could be a dining area, dining space. So there's all of these things that could be used for, so which I think is fantastic. Well, after we did a research as to what kind of construction we were looking for, we knew we wanted a glass box construction. And you see many adverts in the TV and online of different companies throughout the whole of the UK that are providing similar type of products. But I wanted to be able to use a company that was local, that was Scottish based, that I could go and I could speak to, and that they could come and they could design something which would specifically suit our house. And I was delighted that EKCO was the company that we found, and they delivered. They were able to provide the construction and also the advice and the support behind that as to what would work for the kind of climate in which we are living.